Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So been a bit busy these days, so you've just got the programmed videos I've been publishing, but let's try and do something related to modeling. So last night, as I was waiting for the temperature to sort of cool down a bit, because it's very hot, we're in the middle of a heat wave here in northeastern Italy, I did some work on my railbus because I had forgotten all the umpteen things I had to do with when I was making this railbus. I forgot to fit horns to the roof, and so I've decided to fit the same type of horn I have fitted to the rail car, right? Then there's another interesting thing that we can see in this video, very short video. When I painted this roof here, I just gave it, I sanded it down and gave it various coats of aluminium, but I forgot, I don't know how I did it, probably that was last summer, I forgot to put some surface primer on it, and the surface primer really gives a very good smooth finish and fills in the wood grain as on the railbus. And here instead we see there's a bit more wood grain, and of course then on the railbus I used the grooved roof effect, which I made these grooves with a pencil and the ruler, and that gave it camouflages the fact that the wood is made of that the roof is made of balsa wood. It's not the same result on this one. I toyed with the idea of giving it a coat of surface primer and then giving it another couple of coats of aluminium, but in the end it's a case of what's done cannot be undone, so I want to keep this one here as I made it. And this was obviously something that I should not have overlooked at the time. It's okay. There are 3-foot rule, 1 meter rule, it's okay, and but it's just, well, let's consider it as evolution of the species. So the next rail car on the V100 chassis will have a balsa roof yet again, sanded down and with primer before applying the aluminium paint. So what about, excuse me, if I'm mentioning the aluminium paint, I mean the aluminium paint right here. So I'm going to fit the horns, as usual, the horns as by Christake 74 suggestion. I'm using cobbler tacks. You can see that I've painted them black, and just this little point, I put them in this cardboard support, painted them black, and then these will be glued on to the supports that I made last night. I fitted the supports, these small pieces of 1 by 1 millimeter styrene, 1 and 2. So those are the supports for the horn. I'm going to paint these silver right now, so let's get cracking. Very quick thing, nothing complicated. As I said, this is a small, easy video. So let's get the enlarging glasses and let's do this. Last night I posted that video on font dimensions. It's not the most exciting video. It's a bit boring. It's not not the most thrilling of videos, but it's I think it's a useful piece of technical information. And anyway, there are more interesting things will be coming along. Let's just put a spot of aluminium paint on here. I think I've not even pressed it. It was coming out. Maybe I put too much. That's okay. And we'll get a brush. I've got the brushes right here. Let's get this is a 0 brush. I think I might actually, I'll use a 0 because it's already wet. Let's just get a brush. I'll give it a clean with a piece of tissue paper. Let's clean the water off. I have to clean some brushes. They're very dirty. They're sitting here in a jar of water. Okay, and I've got a spot of water here just to wet my brush on, and just to too much paint came out as usual. I'll have to find something else to paint silver. I don't have anything else to paint silver at the moment, so yes, I know what I'll do. Bingo, good idea. Righto, let's get cracking. There we are. Just a spot. I mean, this will be covered by the horn, by the air horn. So we don't really need to make a meal of this. Even here at the back. See, I've got some paint. I'll paint some heat shrink tube to make headlamp surrounds, because we're going to be anyway making other things soon, so I may as well not waste the paint and just paint some heat shrink for future headlamps. See, I've got some aluminium paint on that little piece of cardboard. Okay, I'm trying to do this while showing you what I'm doing. It's not the easiest of tasks. With this wee tripod of mine, it's not really very tall. Okay, so the jobs in the living room and kitchen have been finished. The house is nearly back to normal, and I've been in the house all day working. I had students, we went out now to get some fresher air, and I washed the Panda because it was needing a good clean. So at least I washed the car. So now I'm ready to go for a wash myself, because it's on the sweaty side as usual. Okay, that's done. Very well, that's done, no problem. And let's see if maybe, what do I have here? I'm trying to remember what colour of heat shrink we used. I don't remember if it was a yellow stuff. I think it was a yellow one. It was a yellow one. Here it is. It was a yellow stuff we used. Yes, because I have a section of it here, which I intelligently put. There we go. Here's the heat shrink we used for the headlamp surrounds, and I overpainted part of it with white primer. So what I can do is very simple. Just do that, hold that in position with a wee clothes peg, like that, and then just go there with my brush and paint this part silver. Maybe we might want it a wee bit more wet. And this way you can make your nice aluminium headlamp surrounds for headlamps. And on the next railbus I'm making, I think I want to use the same. In this case here, I just made 2 holes through the front panel and then filled them with glue and glaze as for the lenses. I hadn't had this idea of the acrylic diamonds yet. And instead, in the next railbus I'm making, I'll make internal lighting as on this one here, and I will use as acrylic diamonds as lenses for the lights. So this way we'll have a nice shiny effect in daytime, and the electric light will shine through the acrylic diamonds. That'll be very interesting. So you get the double. In the case of the rail bus over there, adding electric light would have made no sense, because we would only been lighting up the cabs. Plus the light would have been shining underneath. I would have had to paint the thing black inside, then overpaint it with another colour, and I didn't want to add too many layers of paint, not to make, increase the thickness of the internal walls. Okay, so that's some aluminium paint here. I'll probably require a second coat, but it's good enough for the moment. And so we've already got some headlamps around, some painted headlamps around, heat shrink. Okay, I could even just, let's see, and we can see the difference between how it is. I'm adding some paint all the way down here so that this will act as a sort of undercoat, but I think the best solution is always to use surface primer, because it hides some of this yellow. It also helps the acrylic paint to grip on the surface. In fact, you can see how nice and shiny and the aluminium effect is here, and how not very good it is here directly on the yellow. So that's just to show you the difference. Okay, very well, so that can go like that. We don't want this to get stuck on anything, so we'll just stick it. I'll find a home for it now. Anyway, that's all for the moment. Cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao. Of course, I've been saying this for some time. If you like the video, give it a like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. I used to see it after each video, then I forget about it, and anyway. So you can do these 3 things if you enjoyed the video. This is mainly to new viewers. Cheerio, and see you next time.